Something that's sticking in my head, and it's been in my head all day. It's just simply the conversation I remember having with my dad before I got my first car. I wanted a car. I wanted my own car. I was tired of depending on people, and I was scared. I was scared to have a bill that was to my name. It's not the same as having a phone bill or Wi-Fi bill. This was a car that will be mine. So I was talking to my dad about it one day, and he said to me, "Do you want to be the driver or do you want to be the passenger?" And that hit me because, you're saying that you want this, but you're comfortable as the passenger, And I remember talking to my old mentor at the time, Dave, and he would say, because I would ask him like, man, I don't know if I should move out my mom's house or not. It was before I did when I was 19 years old. And he would say, well, when you're living under their house, you got to go by the rules. See, because passengers can't make decisions. The drivers can, So recently, I put my 2 weeks in at my job, and it was scary because I was comfortable. I've been there for over 2 years, and to put y'all on my business a little bit, I was there for 2 years, but I didn't get no raise at all. Like, nothing, worthy of staying there. And I was tired of waiting. They kept saying, oh, you gotta wait. I'm like, nah, I'm leaving. Like, because y'all saying, we're not in a, I don't even know what it's called, season right now. But y'all hiring people. So I'm on a back burner. So I'm like, okay, I'm leaving. But it was even scary to do that. I had to make time for that. I had to do interviews and stuff like that while I'm on my 30-minute break and stuff like that. Make time for what I wanted. So when I heard about the job that I'm at now, I'm not going to give too many details, but it was like an hour away from where I live. So that means it'll be an hour to get there and an hour to get home. And I'm used to jobs that's like 10 minutes away, close, convenient. But see, the problem was, since I was fed up with my job, I was late every day. I didn't want to be there no more. So I was always constantly late. So I started the job that I'm at now. And, what I noticed is that every day I'm on time because the system is different. See, I thought I had to go to the Army to learn structure. But I never thought about getting a job that taught me structure. A job with strict programs. See, a lot of people will hear the programs and be like, no, I'm not working here. Like, next job. But no, sometimes you need to conform to the program because it will make you better. See, when I heard the new job, I'm like, okay. The timing schedule is different, but I wanted my mornings because I would rather pour into myself before I pour into a job. Now I'm making content consistently because I wake up and I pour into myself. I'm not waking up in a rush. I'm not waking up in a hurry to get to work. The only thing I'm rushing to do is to get to what I said I was going to do. And that's to my content. That's to myself. That's to showing up and going to the gym like I said I was going to do. So the minute I got the job, I'm like, now I got to put my 2 weeks in. It's getting real. Like, it's scary because you don't know what's on the other side. I don't know if this job was going to fit me. It is scary, bro. Like, so I went back into my job, and I was leaving work early that day for something I don't remember. So I went back into my job, and I said, we was just talking. We was just talking about the system and everything like that, and how, these jobs and stuff like that before I left. And you know what? Speaking of the system, speaking of all that, I just told him, like, hey, I'm putting my 2 weeks in. And I was so scared to say it. I probably stuttered a little bit. But after that, I felt so good. Like, it wasn't a fear. It wasn't like a scare, like a fear, unsure. It was like, dang, like I'm really leaving. Like, I'm really gonna do it. And I did it. And what it taught me is, it's easy to become comfortable in the passenger seat. See, I was comfortable at my job, even though I wasn't getting a raise. I wasn't, getting noticed for my work. I wouldn't say all that, because my boss would say, thank you. But I was also comfortable with my laziness because I was late every day. And, when he would try to add them structures and, certain things, I would get irritated because now I feel like you're doing too much because it don't conform to the structures I set in my head, And maybe we did need them structures or whatever he was trying to add, but everything was starting to irritate me. Everything, because it was change. And I don't like change. So now with this new job, I got to learn a new structure that I'm not used to. But I know I need it. And it's helping me so much. Because people are texting, where you at? I'm at work during the day. Now I'm at work during the day. So now, because when I get home, I got to go to bed to get ready for the gym, to get ready for my content. But like I was saying with being a passenger, it's so easy to get comfortable. Sometimes you gotta be honest with yourself. Am I a driver? Is this helping me? Or am I a passenger and I'm just, riding along with the systems that I made for myself? Like, sometimes we gotta check the system. Like, there's other options out there. I could have stayed comfortable being a passenger. But when you become a driver, see, I can take the job that's an hour away. When you become a driver, I can make the decisions that I want to do. If you stay comfortable being a passenger, I would have forever been waiting on that raise from my boss. But a driver decision is saying, no, I'm not waiting anymore. Because I don't have to. I can leave. I can go where I'm appreciated. Not saying that my boss didn't appreciate me, but the system didn't. And maybe I didn't appreciate myself either. Because I was cool with that for 2 years. The first year I should have realized it. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes we stay places too long. So the moral of the story is check the system. Is your system to be a driver, or is your current system keeping you as a passenger? Sometimes we get so comfortable that we don't even know how to drive. Like, you don't even know how to drive. And not just physically, but mentally. You don't know how to make decisions for yourself. You wait for other people to give you a raise. You wait for other people to tell you you deserve better. No. Drive. And watch where God can take you.